I'll probably just waffle in this video, but I was reading this book called The Courage to be Disliked, and within this book there was this concept of Ikigai. It's a Japanese framework to find one's purpose in life based on four things: something you are good at, something the world needs, something you love, and something you can be paid for. In the intersection of all these four domains, you find Ikigai, your life's purpose. And I was thinking about this in relation to physician associates. Made many videos talking about physician associates, how to become one, how we are funded, the left, the right. So often at times, I get asked by people interested in the program if they should pursue it. 4 years ago, if someone asked me this question, I would have probably just said yes. Though at that time, I always had that conflict between traditional medicine and the physician associate. But for me, that door has been long closed, so that is no longer a problem. My difficulty now in answering that question is the physician associate world is not what it once was. There have been many seismic shifts that have taken place over the past 4 years. I don't think I'll be exaggerating if I said this has been getting worse 1 year after the other. With the various delays in regulations, then finally regulation is going ahead, it is in the parliament, it is being approved by the House of Lords. You thought you were making progress, but many things have happened since, among which the unfortunate demise of that young actress. Clearly very, very sad. That just opened the floodgates with regards to the profession being seen under questionable lighting. And then we had the traffic light system by the BMA. Red means stop, yellow means get ready, green means go, 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 and go. Basically putting the shackles of physician associates for the reasons of patient safety. To deny that there are patient safety concerns, that would be a lie. But to paint it as it has been painted by some is also a lie. It's difficult in that sense. So when people ask me, should I become a physician associate? What do you know about the profession? What do you think you are going to get out of it? Is it respect that you are hoping to get? Is it seeing patients, diagnosing? Is that what you want out of it? Because it's not going to be an easy ride. Though I might say this might not be the realities faced by every single physician associate. Where I am well supported, I love the place. But I cannot say the same about many of my other colleagues in other establishments. The UMAPs, I think they did a survey where some physician associates mentioned what they were going through and how they felt in their various workplaces. This could be one of the people I went to PA school with. Probably sat next to them or someone I knew was on the course. And if you read how they feel about going to work, how they feel their own colleagues see them. If I were to show that those statements, those reflections, how they were feeling to someone who wanted to become a physician associate, I don't think if they saw that they would want to embark on this journey. I'm really doubtful. If you asked me, should I become a physician associate? And I say yes. I cannot guarantee the future of the profession. I don't know where this profession is going. Following the events of the emergency general meeting, I think much was left to be desired, especially looking at the results of their survey. I don't know why they presented the data in that way. You've asked people questions. If people say positive, let us know they said positive. If they were indifferent, they were indifferent. If they say no, let us know. What's positive or neutral? Like, I've never heard this in my life. You already know the profession is under a microscope, and you make such a blunder. It was so mind-boggling. The way the information was presented compared to the realities some physician associates have been living. It's like, okay, then it does not really seem that bad. But then, if you look at the full data of the survey when it was broken down, that was definitely not a vocal minority. And one thing I personally do not like is that physician associates are used as mascots. When I say mascots, as in a way for some people to feel they are on the right. They are the ones that are understanding. They are the ones that are compassionate. Like we are some folks in need of help. No, the only way you can correct something is if you know the truth. If we start massaging the truth here, giving it a bit of contour here, what are we actually playing at? Not limited to that. Now there are plans of the FPA. I think you've seen the emails. The FPA separating itself from the Royal College of Physicians. And I ask myself, even under the umbrella of the Royal College of Physicians, we could not see top. We couldn't figure ourselves out with this whole whatever has been going on. And now you're going to separate yourself. If we separate ourselves and become Faculty of Physician Associates and we are a stand-alone organization, you think it will be any easier? Initially, I used to think, okay, it is because we are not regulated. If we are regulated, there will be accountability, people will understand this, there will be clear standards left and right, and it will be fine and dandy. The regulation by the GMZ will not solve the problem of physician associates. It will address some, for sure, but the problem for those that don't like the profession is that we exist. and that we exist in this form. We exist in a form where we're able to see undifferentiated patients, can discuss it with the clinician and make a decision. Vagera. If left to some, where we should be would be glorified assistants. When they step, you step. When they jump, you jump. Maybe some people might still feel like it's something they want to do, but I think many that embarked on this journey to become physician associates, I don't think that is what they really signed up for. Even with this EGM meeting business, they agreed on all the 4 motions, but the Royal College was not in favor of the 5th motion, which initially, if I remember correctly, was to pause the rollout of the physician associates. No more recruitment in terms of jobs, no more entry in terms of students coming onto the course. Just pause it. Keep the number as it is, go with the regulation, iron out any faults that were present. I think they changed the wording to slow it down a bit. It is interesting because if they are going to slow it down, in what sense? Will the profession, after they've gone through all their meetings, will it be what people thought they were going to university to become, or will it be something completely different? Going back to that BMA traffic light system, the BMA is a trade union. It's not a friend of physician associates. Thinking BMA is a friend of physician associates is like a wolf smiling at you and thinking it's a dog. They are not your friends. They are in for themselves. That is what trade unions are for. The interests of their own members. But the fact that they seek the interests of their own members does not mean the world has to follow them. Nobody has to follow them. But the difference is physician associates are not independent practitioners. We are dependent on our supervisors. And if your supervisor is not happy for you to see condition X, guess what? You will not see condition X. Because at the end of the day, they assume the responsibility when things go wrong, because they are delegating the patient to you on the assumption that you have the required skills to do X, Y, or Z. So if they are not happy with you seeing a condition, you want to see undifferentiated patients, read all the books, Kumar, Clark, Coltrane, whatever. If the supervising clinician is not happy for you to see it, you are not going to see it. So that is the power of the BMA. The interesting thing is, of course, trade unions, they back their members in legal disputes and whatnot. And doctors are quite interested in self-preservation. They've worked years to be at where they are, medical school, training, you're a GP, you're a consultant. Why would you throw that down the drain for a physician associate? It can put the supervising clinicians in quite a precarious position. There are no easy answers. It is not a risk-free business for them. I don't know where I read this, but there were talks about the University of Portsmouth, if I'm not mistaken, terminating the physician associate course. I don't know if it's true, even though when I searched the course on their website today, I did not find it. I don't know if they are doing some maintenance job, or if indeed that is the case. If that is the case, why are they terminating the course? Are they terminating the course because they think the physician associate students they produce at the end of the course are not fit for purpose within the NHS? Do they feel that they are selling the students a dream which will not match up to the reality they will face once they are out? I don't know. So as I said, when someone asks me, should I become a physician associate? I have all these questions in my head. It's like, what do you think you are going to get out of the profession? The job as you see it today might not be what it is tomorrow. Or maybe it will be better. We don't know. But all the relevant stakeholders, their direction are not very encouraging. I think the Royal College of General Practitioners also recently came out saying that their members should halt the recruitment of physician associates. My goodness. Bro, the universities taking in physician associates at the moment. I don't know what they are telling the students. I wish I could go back and just be a fly on the wall. Are you telling them they are going to be a doctor's assistant? Or are you going to say you are a physician associate, you work in a limit? This scope limitation. When I was a physician associate, it was always drummed in our heads. You are working in the scope. Back then we had the matrix, 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B. To us, that was the scope. But then we always knew you could do more as you learned, as you gained more competence. For some, that is not good enough. They want it in black and white. A, you can do, B, you cannot do. If you want to become a physician associate, you really have to think carefully. You could get in it and then regret it later. If you've looked at the video on funding that I made, it's not free. So if you are going to invest the time, you are going to invest the money, make sure you are not being sold a dream. Make sure you understand what you are getting yourself into. You may go into a department and your colleagues will not like you for the simple fact that you're a physician associate. I know this is absurd. to think of. But that is the reality some physician associates are facing. Their colleagues don't like them, not because they did something wrong, not because they insulted somebody, not because they were nasty, but the simple fact that they are physician associates. And they know it. That will definitely mess with your head. When there are these we versus them dynamics going on in workplaces, and even in communities, people cease to be humans anymore. They become the other, which makes it quite easy to denigrate them, insult them. Anything you would not wish for yourself or your loved one, you just happily throw it on them. The humanity seems to have faded away from this argument in many respects. I tell people that want to become physician associates, don't go on the internet, don't go on Reddit, don't go on Twitter, don't do it. You're not going to get anything good from these places. There is nothing good there for you. Nothing. There's nothing you read there that will elevate your spirit, that will make you want to better yourself in your life. Everything you see over there will dampen your spirit. It's difficult. I don't have an answer to that question. Should I become a physician associate? It's all dependent on the individual in question and what they think they're going to get from the profession. If someone told me, Oti, go to PA school, become a physician associate, and when you come out, you'll be scribing for a doctor, I would have told you take your course. I have no problem telling you that. Let's say the guys of the Royal College of Physicians, they do their meeting. Then their RCGP, I think they said they are going to come up with the scope of practice for physician associates working in the general practice. The GMC says it does not regulate the scope. It just sets out the standards one must meet or continue to meet to keep the title one has as a physician associate. So if these scope of practices, right, are developed by these guys and they are just shackles on your hands, it is nothing like you went to university to become, I would quit without blinking. I would just say thank you. It has gotten to a point where you can see people just frothing at the mouth. Any way we can cast more negative light on the profession, some people go euphoric about the fact. The things the physician associates are going through today. Of course, there are many doctors who perhaps find this whole ordeal appalling, even though they might have legitimate concerns about the profession. They might find the conduct of some of their colleagues just abysmal. In Tree, there's something we say. It might be the 10 of physician associates today. The punching bags of the day. Just left hook, right hooks. We'll eat all the punches. It's cool. And then hopefully once the dust settles and there is more clarity with regards to the role, we will see how things develop from there. You see blunders that recently there was one calling physician associate physicians. Bro, even physician associates, that one cry, we are having problem with it. You're about to call us physicians. Please, just be careful with your social media posts. The terrain is different, bro. The terrain is just mad. The terrain is mad. But anyway, I told you I'd waffle. There are a lot of pieces moving. And we just have to see how this pans out. I've really been trying not to make videos about the physician associates situation, doctors here. It's not fruitful in the sense that I don't see what person watching will get from it. How it will help you in your life, how it will benefit you as a physician associate. But the only reason I'm making this one is I've made quite a lot of videos on how to become a physician associate. And I don't want you to be under any illusion that is all fine and dandy out here. It's not. I want you to know that if regardless of this, you still want to pursue the profession, go ahead. If you happen to be under a great supervisor, you'll enjoy the job. You get to help actual individuals going through problems, listening to their concerns, and providing something that makes a difference in their life. And that is regardless of your title. If that is what you are after, yes, the physician associate role can give you that. But for how long it will be able to give you that, I really don't know. It's your boy Yoti, and I'm out. Salute.